Welcome to the brew shed. It's Wednesday the 17th of April and I've been off work. I've taken the kids to a zoo this morning. Back, not bad timing, so I thought I'll finish off my grain to glass New England IPA. I did follow completely to the recipe Timmy Jenkins' recipe. Absolutely, he posts up. So this is his Citra and Amarillo. I can't remember if I've mentioned the thing in the thing, but if not, I'll put it down as a description anyway. But the question was, I've done Nepiers before. This is probably like the 5th or 6th Nepier that I've done, and never really been able to smash the murkiness and all that kind of thing. So kind of really wanted to try and get it, and Timmy gets it every time. So I was like, right, Timmy, can I copy your recipe? Yeah, he even sent me the yeast. So it was London Fog yeast, I know that, and he sent that to me, and I used it, put it in a starter, stir plated it, did all that sort of stuff. So what I'll do, I'll show you a bit of the brew footage, and we'll come back after that, and I'm going to pour myself, it's in the keg, I'm going to pour myself an Nepier, and when we come back, we'll see how it turned out. Come on, Nepier, Nepier, come on. Oh. Hi guys, back in the shed, another brew day. It's Saturday the 6th of April. It's about, what, 11-12 minutes past 10 in the morning. The mash is on, which is heating up. What I've got in now, what I'm doing today, is pretty much copying Timmy Jenkins' Amarillo and Citra New England IPA. He sent me one, it was absolutely amazing. The last Nepier I did weren't great, it turned into an IPA because it just wasn't cloudy whatsoever. Anyway, I'm trying to get that orangey, cloudy, murk and all that kind of thing. So, anyway, what am I doing? Mash is going round and recirculating at the moment. It's heating up. I'll do the last, whenever I do the mash, I do stick it across, so usually the water this time of year gets about 75 degrees, move it across into the mash tun and let into the grain, give it a good stir, get rid of any dough balls. Whoever told, I read somewhere that if you underlet you get less dough balls. What a load of old tosh that is, because it just, I had dough planets, they were massive, great big things. Anyway, mashed all them out, stirred them all out, pretty much then you've got to around about 67 degrees in the mash-ish. You lost the temperature as you've moved it across. Stir it all around, put the top on. I usually leave it in the mash, just sit there for about half an hour. It loses a degree or something like that in that time. So I then recirculate after that. I do half an hour at 66 degrees, and then I raise it up to be 77 degrees. So basically the mash is at 77 by the time I start to move it across into the boil kettle. And that tends to be what my mash, the way I do it. Been fairly successful so far, so I kind of keep to that process. So what am I doing? Nepier from Timmy Jenkins, as I say, should hopefully be around about 6%. I've got in there, mashed at the moment, there's 5 kilos of extra pale Marisota, 970 grams, and in fact it was about 990 grams in the end, of wheat, 650 grams of carapils, 650 grams, oh no, sorry, 650 carapils, that's maltodextrin, 650 grams of carapils, 500 grams of golden naked oats, and 300 grams of honey malt. Now, honey malt's a thing that Timmy Jenkins puts in. There are 2 different types of honey malt. I can't remember their names, but one of them comes from the malt miller and the other one comes from the homebrew company. The malt miller one, I couldn't get hold of it, it sold out. So I said to Timmy, I can't get hold of your honey malt, and he said, try the homebrew company, they used to have it there. Tried it, but it actually, they are different. This is Colorado honey malt, and the other one comes from somewhere in Canada. So I don't know whether that's going to make any significance, right? But there's 300 grams of the Colorado homebrew company style honey malt in this one. Hop schedule is very simple, really. It's just got a hop stand and then a dry hop. So the hop stand is 100 grams of Amarillo, 100 grams of Citra, and that's 80 degrees C for 20 minutes. Now Timmy as well only does I think it was a 45-minute boil. So once this is done, so actually I need to sorry, just need to set the timer there. Once that timer goes off, I'll move the wort over to sparge, obviously, the wort over to into the boiler. I'll boil for 45 minutes, chill it down, and then do the hop stand, chill it down to 80, do the hop stand for 20 minutes to sit there at that temperature. And then I'll put it into the fermenter. In the fermenter, we're using, again, it's yeast that Timmy Jenkins sent to me. It's, you know, this is all basically, if anything goes wrong with this doesn't turn out right, it's Timmy Jenkins' fault, because everything's come from him. Hops are from him, it's his recipe. He told me to use the homebrew company for the malts, and yeah, so that one thing I forgot to mention, and I've got to measure out still, 10 minutes before the end of the boil, there is maltodextrin. We're adding in 500 grams of maltodextrin. I'm useless to telling you bloody recipes, I really am. So, get it over here, boil it for 35 minutes, I'll get it to the boil it for 35 minutes, maltodextrin in, another 10 minutes of the boil, then cool it down to 80, add the hops, 100 grams of Citra, 100 grams of Amarillo, and then I'll just go through my cooling schedule using the what's its name, the plate chiller, chill it down into the fermenter, and in the fermenter it's London Fog is what we've got. So Timmy sent me a little jar that he'd propagated with London Fog from his yeast. I've had a starter on that going for 3 days or so. Then I cold crashed it. It's been in the fridge, cold crashing down. Looks like I've got a good amount in there to me. So hopefully that will be good. And I'm using it over there. It's warming up at the moment. So I've got 2 fermentation fridges. One here and one over there. It was in here where it got it down to like 1.5 degrees or whatever when it chilled it down and it was cold crashing. I've then moved it out of this fridge into that fridge over there, which is now warming it up to about 18 degrees hopefully. Well, it probably won't get to 18 degrees by the time I need to pitch it, but I'll get as close as I can to it. It's sitting at about, it's warming up nicely actually. It's sitting at 7 degrees at the moment, so it's gone from 1.5 to 7, so we might get there in time, we'll see. Anyway, I'm also for the first time using a new Inkbird. So I've got the box. No, I haven't. Anyway, I've got a new Inkbird. This one. And you can see that properly. So it's the ITC 308 Wi-Fi. So basically, it works exactly the same as any other Inkbird. So temperature probe goes onto or into your beer or whatever you're trying to warm up. The major benefit is through an app we've got here. Here we go. Through an app you can monitor, that's not the actual app, it's a picture of it, but you can monitor the temperature, you can set the temperature, you can change it, you can do all sorts of things through the app. So it's connected via Wi-Fi to a Wi-Fi point, and basically you can do everything you want with the Inkbird while you're not in the actual shed. So if I want to, going home and say, right, I want to cold crash, I can cold crash it from here, I can start it happening anyway. The only thing I have to be careful about is that I always forget to take my blow-off tune out of my star stand whenever I'm cold crashing. I can't get an app to do that. So I'm going to have to try and remember that. But anyway, so all happy. I've got another 20 minutes of the mash to go. Then I'll start sparging and I'll get it over, and yeah, all really happy the way things are going at the moment. Please God, give me the haze. Just give me the haze. I didn't tell you about the dry hops. I told you I'm useless at this. So in the fermenter with the London Fog, dry hops is again very, very simple. So what Timmy does is he lets the fermentation go all the way through. Doesn't do high crowds and dry hopping. Doesn't do it. So let the fermentation go all the way through till it's finished, and then cold crash. Hop for 2 days. Dry hop for 2 days. 150 grams of Amarillo and 150 grams of Citra. It's a 2-day dry hop. That's all it's there. Then cold crash it for presumably 2 days as well. So I think the hops are actually in there for a bit longer, but you cold crash for 2 of the days. So they're actually in there for like 4 days in total, I think. And then we'll keg it. Hopefully that's okay. Do you know what? I'm going to put something like this. Where is it? I'm going to put this on this. This just comes off the Brew Farmers. This is the recipe. The recipe that I've tried to explain to you and I've done useless. I'll stick that down the bottom so you can all see it. Maltodextrin actually goes in 15 minutes. See, rubbish. So I'll get there eventually. I'll actually look at that thing when I'm doing it, so I'll see if I can get it right. So I'll be back when anything interesting is happening, which is probably when I finish, I think. I'll see you later. So the alarm's just gone off. It's been boiling for about half an hour. Gone down to 29 litres about. 29, just under 29 litres. So I'm going to add 650 grams of maltodextrin in here. Yeah, and I won't show you me doing that. I won't video it because it's me putting this in and stirring it around, and that's it. After that, put the chiller in so that can sanitise. Another 15 minutes and we'll be ready to chill it down and then ready for the whirlpool. Boom. See you in a minute. Right, just to finish off, guys, we've finished up. It's about bang on numbers, 1071, which is pretty much what 1071 is exactly what we needed to get. So pretty good. Looks okay. It's got the haze in there, that's for sure. Hopefully it retains that. So this is the yeast. So this is the London Fog yeast that Timmy Jenkins sent to me. That smells quite fruity, that's for sure. So we can get all that from the bottom off. Give this a bit of a invigoration, shall we? Not quite a drill, whoops, not quite a drill, but give it a bit of a stir around, get a bit of air and oxygen in there. I have done it with the drill once, but I'll just going to have the edge, I'll leave that. Alright. Yeah, that's pretty much all of that off there. Let's dump this in. There's quite a lot there. And I'll put the top on and I'll get it away in the front fridge. There is, the tilt is in here. So hopefully I'll get that connected up. And we'll be in a good place. Right, so sod that, you're watching me do shit now. So I will see you another time. Don't know when I'll get this up, might get this up at the weekend. I might do it next week, probably next week. I'll see you again next time. Don't know if it's a bigger grain to glass, possibly not. I'm gonna get something on the channel, but I'll see you later. Bye. Well, there you go. So bit of brew footage there, but it's all about whenever you see these grain to glass videos, you're like, look at that crap. What did it turn out like? So, did I get the murk? Did I get the murky Neipa? Did I hell take a look at that? come out absolutely. Torch them. Completely and utterly murky as hell. Now that would be an absolute disaster to some people, but to me this is absolutely bang on point for what I wanted. It's quite a wide glass, so the head sort of hasn't really stayed around much, but it's not really a Neipa glass, that one, but it's what I had up there. I have got a stout glass, but I'm going to pour a stout in a minute and have that. So looking good, smelling great, just lovely, fruity, citrusy, grapefruity, orangey, really inviting. You want to dive in there and just have a drink of it. So here we go. And the taste doesn't disappoint. It's so fruity, juicy, a little bit, tiny little bit grassy at the moment because it was literally kegged yesterday. I don't know if people saw the picture that I did of my of the dry hop. If I've got it, I'll show a quick picture now. But it's a massive dry hop, 600 grams, sorry, 600 grams, 300 grams, 150 Citra, 150 Amarillo. No bio transformation hopping done with this at all. All that dry hopping was done at the end of fermentation. No bitterness hopping. It was the hopping was all a whirlpool. Timmy, all I can say is your recipe is bang on, exactly what I would like to achieve. I say a lot of people would think this is just not a proper beer. Me, I flipping love it. It's sweet, it's juicy. There's not a hint of bitterness in there at all. Absolutely fantastic. Guys, I'm going to smash this. Well, more importantly, I'm going to bottle a load up, probably at some point over the bank holiday weekend, bottle some up, get them out to people, see what they think. Even if I'm sending you just one bottle, I'm going to get it out to guys and see what they think. Really interested to see what other people think of this. You know, I can take the credit for making it. I can't take the credit for the ingredients and the recipe and all that. It's 100% Timmy Jenkins. So, Timmy, thank you so much, mate, for that recipe. I'd brew this again, and I think you've smashed it. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. I think I will get this up on Wednesday. Cheers all. I'll see you again next time. Bang.
You put the beer in the coconut and drink it all up. You put the beer in the coconut and throw the can away.